Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. And while it took me a bit to start streaming today, I think it's the highest time to continue the story, because I've seen a spoiler-free review that was simply too much sugar, but hopefully it was a valid reaction to the story. Let's put it to the test. And no, I didn't level the scholar so far. Sage, sorry. But I did level the astrologian. I'm currently level 89. And let's see. Well, something around 30% of the level. So let's continue the story and see what happens. What I did in the time off camera was leveling gatherers, leveling goldsmith a bit. I unlocked the rest of the studium deliveries, so we can gather and craft those when we want to. And most importantly, I've unlocked both Labyrinthos and Garlemald riding maps. Give me just a second, because I feel like this microphone is going down for some reason. Should be better now. Okay. So, while I feel some anxiety about tanking, I think the next class or job that I'm gonna level is going to be Gunbreaker, because of... no, not this. Ooh! Okay, never mind. Guildhests is for healers. I kinda don't care about those. I think they almost don't give any XP. Really? And possibly I might want to clean my inventory just a bit. Okay, what's this? A wolfram ingot? Okay, I don't care. Okay, maybe I do. What to do, what to do? Okay, well, the sound was weird. I wonder if gathering falls under the ambient sounds category, because that was kind of loud. Oh, and miner is almost 86. Okay, not this way. And again, give me just a second. Okay. And alright, it was 10 minutes of streaming already. So let's say we're gonna read till 50 minutes in. which makes it 40 of actual reading, if there's any. So, I spy with my little telescope a massive ship thing, or maybe it's a cow? Not what we're after, either way. Is that any ether current? Ah, no, just a wind sprite. Okay, that's accurate. Other than that... Oh, and by the way, that makes ether currents canon, rather than simply a game mechanic. Other than that, it's all snow, snow, snow. But lo, what do I see over yon hillock? There's no mistaking it, that's a girl. A survivor? Show me. Over there, behind the tree, it looks like she's running away from something. Though surely not us. She wouldn't even know we're here unless she had a telescope like mine. All I can tell is that she's wearing a pale green dress, a rather fetching one at that. Makes me think of that Rabanastra storyline girl. She'll be long gone by the time we get anywhere near, but we should be able to follow her footprints. I'll let Lucia know where you're heading. Oh, and take these warming tinctures with you. The poor girl must be chilled to the bone, if not on the verge of freezing to death. That's actually very thoughtful. Thank you. But won't you need some for yourself? No, I'll be fine. As a man of chivalry, my honor demands I do no less. And lest we forget, the very reason we are here is to protect those in need. Is he gonna not starve, but freeze almost to death because he's chivalrous? Now go and Godspeed. Why are you still here? If you dally any longer, you will miss your chance to play the hero. A trail of fresh footprints lead east. These footprints appear to be the same as those you saw previously, and they lead towards the building. I feel like we're getting the trailer scene sometime soon. We're getting closer, I'm sure of it. At first we thought she'd gone inside the building, but the door doesn't look to have been opened in some time. She might still be nearby, so we'll keep looking around here. Then again, it's also possible that she ran right past this place. Would you mind searching up ahead? The girl in the green dress anxiously surveys her surroundings. Were you to call out to her from this distance, it might attract wild beasts to your location. It would be safer to get closer first, but you must do so without drawing her attention. So we're gonna play the... Follow the girl from a safe distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed. Make use of cover, such as rocks, to approach her without being seen. Okay. Similarly, the objective will also end in failure if you fall too far behind. Should you fail to complete the objective, you may try again by returning to the designated location. A bit too obvious. What I want to know is how is she not tempered? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah. And again, I'm getting some strong déjà vu from it. Like we did it in Shadowbringers and failed it too. So she first catches her breath and only then turns around. Okay, what do we do? Okay, that was close. Phew, still in one piece. Okay, let me check one thing, because again I'm getting an error on YouTube and I want to confirm that it's actually working. Seems to be okay-ish. Okay, seems alright. I don't know what's going on. With this error message, which just decided to disappear. Anyway. Who are you? Stay back. This house is packed with explosives. Take another step and I'll blow up this place sky high. Please, we just want to talk. I'm Alfino. This is my sister Alize and our good friend Nikka. We have no intention of hurting or taking anything from you or anyone else. I give you my word. We and our comrades have come to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. Aid? You savages are the ones responsible for all of this. You did this to us. We didn't, I promise you. One of the other reasons we came was to find out what happened here, in fact. The Telephoroi are the ones to blame. They're the ones who laid waste to Garlemald. And they won't stop until they've destroyed the entire world. They're the enemy. Our enemy. On our way we encountered Imperial soldiers who had been made their thralls. Those poor souls are now in our care, and we are striving to cure them of their affliction. You're the first person we've met who wasn't already enslaved. How were you able to escape the Telephoroi's influence? Are there any others like you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to overwhelm you. Let's start with introductions. Can you tell me your name? My name is Licinia. As for how I've managed to stay sane, I've been asking myself the same question ever since that night, and the roar, that terrible roar, and then the screams. I was screaming too, I think. I'm not sure, I can't remember. Then came the silence. Everything was still. It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought that maybe the fighting had stopped, so I stepped outside. If your hells are real, I saw that one day. I saw one that day. I ran, past friends, people I'd known all my life, eyes vacant, dead, staring at the sky. Others were mad and violent. I saw them struggle with soldiers, but didn't stay to watch. I fled as far as my legs would take me. Do you have family here? Is this their home? No, this is Victor's Spoils, a mansion for retired soldiers. Or it was, but now me and a few others are borrowing it. As for the explosives, I was making that up. I just wanted to keep everyone else safe, and I didn't know if you were. The truth is, our supplies are running low. You said you're here to help, can you? Of course, whatever assistance we can provide, we will. Thank you. I'd better tell the others first, though. Wait here. This is everyone. Licinia says you can be trusted. But these are desperate times. We would be fools to let foreign troops into our home. Having said that, were you to provide us with means of heating the place, as a sign of goodwill, perhaps we could take you at your word. If that is too much to ask, then leave us be. Time to put my firewood gathering skills to use. Could you provide the spark with a little magic, Alize? We'll have a fire burning in no time. May we build it under that gazebo. The what? Oh, you mean the bower. Yes, do as you will. Dun dun dun. So the pants will be item level 525, sorry. Sorry, I'm still finding it hard to come to terms with all that's happened. Now that you're here though, I'm hoping things might change for the better. You know, I've worked up quite a sweat from all that running about, so I'll leave space around the fire for the others. As you can tell, they're in far worse state than me. We were planning to look for somewhere warmer or with more food, but they're not going anywhere until we nurse them back to health, which I don't know how to do. Is there anything you can do to help them? Okay, so we are here. I can treat their frostbite and their wounds, but it will take time for the fire to do its work. Now would be a good occasion to make use of difficult name, Emanelens tinctures, the ones that can warm the body from the inside out. Would you make sure everyone gets one? Okay, this music. But the thing is that it's not background music. Oh wow, it's a radio. I don't know, Xenia, if you're here, but at this point I think it's not gonna be much of a spoiler that Garlemald is a bit advanced technologically. Okay, I want to know if this is sound effects. No. Wait, perhaps ambient sounds? No. Okay, it is ambient sounds. The numbness is beginning to subside, though I suspect once the fire dies, it will return with a vengeance. Warming tincture? I've never heard of such a thing. No harm in trying. Okay, I'm getting strong Cold War Russia vibes, really. But tell me, have you heard out of the city? Though calling it that seems absurd after what's happened. It's nothing but ruins now. The few buildings still standing offer no more than meager protection from wind and snow. Food production, water purification, the magitech that sustained us has come to a grinding halt. What machina that remains operational cannot be run for lack of ceruleum? Of course, Cerulia Ingens is full of the stuff for all the good it does us. No one here knows the first thing about extraction or refinement. All is well, yes, never better. Oh, what sweet libation is this? Is it poison by any chance? It was a joke, Yeah, I'm not gonna read the laugh. If I laugh, 'tis what I may not weep. So said the poet. And alas, my tears would freeze on my cheek ere they fell. We are the blessed damned to bear witness to the fall of the great empire, while our brethren lie dead, or live on as puppets of flesh. First came the war, then came the roar. When morning came, Garlemald was no more. In a cacophony of gunfire, explosions and screams was our beloved capital razed to the ground. From the rubble rose the disheveled remnants, their lavish finery caked in ash as they shuffled mindlessly towards the palace. Each bearing a fragment of stone or metal, an offering, perhaps, to the architect of our destruction. A hopeful few tried to reason with the deranged, only to be beaten for their kindness. But I knew better than to plead with the horde. I fled with my health, if not my conscience, preserved. Now I wait with my fellow cowards for our final judgment. Okay, stop being melodramatic. We're here to help. What do you want? A tincture? May as well drink it, I suppose. Is it the first time you see a radio, or... Oh. It's a radio. You don't have them where you come from, I take it. We use them to listen to messages sent by others, even at over great distances. Okay, before I read, I have to comment, because if those fuckers are this advanced, and they didn't spread all of it throughout the planet, it's cruel, simply. There are different types, but this model is by far the most popular. Made with quality components, crafted with the finest ore, sourced from Locus Amenus it is. Not all that useful, since the capital fell into ruin. The people at the broadcasting station must have either fled or ended up like all the others. Because all we've been hearing is the same music being played over and over again. Home beyond the horizon, an ode to the brave men and women sent to reclaim our ancestral homeland of Locus Amenus. Wasn't Locus Amenus... ancestral homeland. I feel like we're gonna get a history lecture at some point. We may have founded an empire in these frozen wastes, but we always hope to take back what was once ours. This a solemn reminder that, though we must suffer great hardship, better days will surely come. Despite everything, I believe that Emperor Varys yet lives. Varys. And that he speaks to us through our radios. Oh, come on, that's some religion, alright? It was a cunning strategy, faking his murder. He must have foreseen this catastrophe and chosen to conceal himself, that he may one day make his triumphant return. Okay, that's... He's not at Thrall by magic, but certainly by brainwashing. Yes, I'm sure of it. Emperor Varys would not be defeated so easily. What's that? So, this is what you gave the others. Thank you, I'll save it for later. Actually, I've a few things to ask you. Are you part of the group staying in Laterum? I saw Legatus Virgiles troops heading towards the Magna Glacies a few days ago. Are they the ones you encountered? Camp Broken Glass, you call it? And Virgilia and her men are all there now? So how did you reach the Magna Glacies? Did you cross the mountains on foot? I feel like she's gathering information or intel to sell it to someone or use it. Airships. Then there might be a way to... Licinia, where's everyone? It's something the matter. A voice from inside, you say? You must be imagining things. Everyone's out here. Perhaps a baby Almasty has found its way into the house. It wouldn't be the first time. Without the soldiers to scare them off, wild animals have been roaming closer to the settlements. Some have been known to attack people too. I've just had an idea. If you and yours are strong enough to defeat the Legatus, then surely a few beasts shouldn't pose a threat. If you've a mind to continue helping us, perhaps you could head to the other side of the lake. There's a small group of tappers living there, people whose job was to extract ceruleum. They still do, from what we can tell. I've already tried asking if they would share their fuel with us, but they're not willing to give it away. They want food in exchange, lots of food. And that's something we don't have and can't get on our own. On top of that, to even reach there then, we'd have to make our way past all those creatures. Would you be willing to go in our place? We only need enough ceruleum to last until the others are strong enough to travel to your camp. If the offer still stands, that is. Oh, and I don't expect you to give up your own supplies, but there might be another way to pay the tappers. You'd best watch out for baby Almasties while we're away. Ah, yes, of course. If I see any, I'll be sure to shoo them away. To reach Dapper's Den, you'll have to cross the lake. The ice is thick enough to support a person's weight, but if you'd rather not take the risk, you'll need to take the long way around. Finding the entrance can be a bit tricky too, so it's easier to just look for someone standing guard outside. However you decide to head there, please be careful. To be fair, it feels kinda good to be this level at this point. Okay, is that a mount? Yes. Well, a chocobo. Who goes there? How did you find us? What do you mean I stand out like a sore tub? If the purebloods over at Victor's Spoils hadn't given away our location, you'd never have found us. Those stuck-up assholes thought they could come waltzing in here demanding ceruleum with nothing to offer in return. Looks like the boot's on the other foot now. The capital's gone to shite. So they've resorted to sending you to negotiate. I know your game, sellsword. If they think we'll give in to intimidation, they've got another thing. Coming. Is that a typo or a wordplay? Oh, hello. Stop, please consider me intimidated. Okay, and it was 51 minutes, 16 or 17 seconds of streaming, so let's stop reading for now, because I do start to feel my throat. Maybe next time we can do a bit more. And if that's gonna be a voiced cutscene, which it isn't, I just hope that Frey voice isn't an omen of some bad play. Her sister is a vampire and already feasting on Alfina. I'm guessing the next Etherite is gonna be the next camp. I don't know. It's not so easy to build an Etherite, I think. Okay, seriously, look at that. It's kinda amazing. And by that I mean that picture. Now I'm thinking about slave trade. Okay, what the... They asked me to help carry supplies, but when I followed them back here, they attacked me. Caught me off guard, forced me to defend myself. I fear they fared rather worse than me. You can't fool us. We know what you're about. Bitch, please. Vultures, that's what you are. Waiting in the wings for us to show weakness, then in you swoop. Okay, now I'm getting strong The Walking Dead vibes. Because seriously, people becoming horrible because they're afraid of horrible people. Okay, so he's not gonna say where they went at the pretense of protecting them. Great. What an idiot. You invade our homeland. How rich of you. Rob us of our lands, rob us of our pride. No, no, I'll not allow it. Okay, that's some issues, man. That's precisely what your people try to do to us. Better to die free than live in servitude and shame. The girls say the same. I'm sorry, but what? Okay. I wonder why Emanelian, or what's his name, didn't go with us. Okay, that pile of tentacles is called Overgrown Rose. I have no idea why. Okay, come on. If any of them are gonna fall into the lake... Okay, what to do, what to do. Oh. I should probably stop doing that, but it's a new spot. The empty bottle smells faintly of alcohol. The thin coating of dirt indicates it has been here for some time, and is unlikely to have any connection to Licinia or her sister. I'm guessing it should be around here. I mean, that's kinda the furthest away from the buildings, but on the other hand, the Tapper's Den is here too. The second most obvious place would be on the other side of the pipeline. And here we are. Half-buried piece of paper. The wet paper, half buried in the snow, appears to be a flyer for a theater group, though the run of shows advertised has long since ended. Okay. Oh, my last mark. I should probably work on a proper solo starting rotation. Okay, so the marks are done, we can grab new ones, but a bit later. And I see something. Fresh blood. Great, great. Either the little sister has been vomiting blood in a projectile way, or they got attacked. The blood staining the snow appears to be fresh, judging by the amount the victim may have been severely wounded. Ugh. The trail of blood leads southeastwards. Great. So she effectively killed her sister because of propaganda. And I think this might be a great spot to use a line I've heard a bit ago. And the line goes, "You are not impervious to propaganda. As in, even if you think you've been you've not been brainwashed, there is a possibility that you have been. And they're both dead. Or waiting for me to die when I get here. I'm a healer, damn it. Let me resurrect them. Fuck. The two bodies are already cold.
Blood trail. We found one. They were attacked. No.
Thank you. This is a great way to anchor the song to a specific feeling. And here we go again.
Why wouldn't they?
Okay, so either every death is gonna feel worse than the previous one, or this feels even worse than Shadowbringers.
Safer to brave the wilds than trust in our magic. We should have... I should have...
You and me both, Alfie. I feel like punching the idiot back at camp. Or near the buildings.
We can't leave them like this. We have to take them home.
What if we're only making it worse?
Maybe we don't belong here, but neither do they. Not out here in the wind and the cold.
And he said the line.
I heard the story about Varus's voice from beyond the grave.
I'm glad that my character didn't make any religious gestures here.
Of course I didn't believe it, but Licinia and her sister did. Perhaps there is something to the tale after all. I want to understand. So I'm going to borrow this for a while, if that's all right.
Sure thing. I wanted to loot it myself, but if you want it, then it's yours.
You had every reason not to trust us. We came as trespassers, invaders.
So I wanted to say that if they offer me a furniture piece like that, I did consider putting it in my in my home in game, but I think now I would feel too bad about it.
But I pray that in time, we will be more than that to you. That we will find a way to help your loved ones. And see that no more children are left to freeze alone in the snow.
Okay, that last line was a bit weak, I think. Thing is, I now have only one spot in the inventory. I guess I can discard all of those. For the moment at least. Flax can stay. 5 to 5 on the pants. Which is 10 above what I have. It's a bit funny that I can glam things anywhere I want. I don't know if it's a new change or I just missed it before because I was mostly using glamour plates. Do I keep it or... Okay, if I buy the Poetics set for level 80, I think I can desynthesize that. Five to 5 on boots, which is a slight upgrade. Only 5.5 levels. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them. Someone who isn't us. Yeah, that quest music wasn't great here. Wait, technically If it's all that open, then perhaps I could just grab most of them. Probably could do it off camera, but let's grab at least one right now. North. I feel like at some point this might be a good way to learn the units of measurement in this game. As in, I'm kinda starting to feel how far things are. Okay, someone's taking their time to load. Here you are.
Thank you for your report. We shall inform the troops of these developments and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
That's very fair.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
We kinda signed up for this.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Populares, Maxima identified. They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's Third Legion clashed with the First, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad. Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
It brings to mind events at the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Zenos had been possessed by a demon.
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced. While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies. And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvis is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory, and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
It would seem so. Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
What else is new?
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers.
Which can suggest that we might have been under enthrallment of some what was it called? Primal. When well, during that time that we have no recollection, no memory of, from just before the ARR, A Realm Reborn. I don't know, I'm just wondering aloud here.
But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varus giving them orders in their dreams. May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
Babylon?
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
Wait, what?
Varus spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends, I must speak with you.
Was her voice actor changed or something?
A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
I think we do.
Oh, I know you. Well, from the trailer.
Who do we have here?
Garleans?
Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
Chill, boy.
I am Lucia Junius, a Temple Knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Iulus Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
Okay, I'm having flashbacks from some war movie.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe. Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours.
Cool story, bro.
If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
Might as well.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
Sadu?
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
Nah, that would be stupid.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
What would your mother say if I let you 2 go by yourselves?
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
Yes, ma'am.
A couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
Everything is for you. Now shut up and go.
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
I feel like he's gonna pop a vein or something in the near future. I see in chat a player called Von the Small. Some names in this game, as in players' names. What was it? Pizza Monster? Bunny Pantsu or something? I like how he's so young and calling them children. Nika, where have I heard that before? No matter. I feel like he's gonna remember at some point and just freak out. Once you choose to depart, Julius will accompany you. Alfino and Alize will then begin moving towards the destination. Make your way to Liminal Station 4 without falling behind. If you leave Julius behind for any reason or lose sight, blah blah blah, I think that's a repeat. Okay, give me just a second. Liminal Station 4. Okay, that's Tertium, so that's something else. Ah, so here. Alright. Regiodomorum. Okay, I think I'm not a fan of those shoes. Well, boots. So let's glamour them. That's better. Okay, wait. Where do we go? Regiodomorum. Okay. .46 to the north. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a picture. Okay, wait, we should grab the ether current. So again, it's 10 and 5. I'm guessing tertium really might be underground. Okay, what the... If you were wondering, that person waved back. Oh, fuck's sake. He's only hearing what he wants to hear. Bitch, please. It works. Little espresso. Okay, so what? The entrance is to the north? Ah. Okay. Underground station. Any of you played Metro? Theodora? She clearly has no intention of speaking with you. Okay, can I grab the ether first? Theodorite is not responding. Okay, so the radio is here. I wonder why they keep the doors open. Okay, that makes no sense. Oh, I think I recall this scene from the trailer. At least this space.
These are their chosen representatives.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Yes, sir. I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Van Kina, Legatus of the First Legion.
The first? I had no idea you had survived.
We lost our emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we survived, aye. In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
Yes, of course. We're here to kill you.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
Well, some.
Spare me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable.
Bitch, fuck off. Aren't you the invader? Sounds like it's your worldview that's infecting everyone else. Well, not infecting, but what's the word? Affecting, let's say.
Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps.
Okay, this is getting weird. So you conquered and occupied our lands because someone in the past did something to you?
'Twas only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned.
Oh wow. It's making me nauseous a bit.
Conquest and empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varys understood this, and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemald's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
Sounds fair. I don't know about the practicalities of it.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here.
Give me just a second.
nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
Perhaps you would. But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit.
Yeah, the fate of the world kinda sounds good to me.
If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat.
Wow, that sounds so stubborn.
And after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall. Our third eye, a mark of shame.
I understand you are afraid.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference, to make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that. What I'm trying to say is, there are so many people who just don't care about making you suffer. And maybe that's almost insulting after all the suffering you feel the world has subjected your people to, but believe it or not, that's the truth. And now we're here, and all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want, what you hope for.
So much blood has been shed, so much lost. All because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together to face our problems as one?
Answer me this, young peacemakers. If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald?
Because Pax Romana isn't Pax.
Is it because we do not share your faith? That we do not share your heritage? That our ideals and virtues differ? That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not?
Being slaves isn't a unified world.
Disparity is the root of discord, and peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting. Happiness for one and all is a dream, and the reality is that to the victor go the spoils.
Dog eat dog? Is that the phrase?
That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender. For freedom and for pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end. That is my hope.
So you don't want food?
It seems there is nothing more to say on the matter.
So you're gonna attack?
You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you. Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you, if you cooperate.
You're holding envoys hostage?
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment, but there is one condition. Collar them.
What are these?
They're gonna blow up if you move too far away.
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously, and we will administer a rather painful shock. Stop! Keep away from that one. The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed. Even if she allowed herself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch. No. If she refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
You needn't worry about us.
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
Even now, you still... Why go to such lengths? What is it all for?
You're too stupid to understand, or brainwashed. Because even the most bitter adversary may one day see reason. On the coldest, blackest of nights, meager thought it may be, we must share the warmth of our fire. So let's go with the first one.
You are a curious one. A far cry from the merciless barbarian others paint you to be. You will be their warden. Take them away.
Yes, sir.
Are you trying to eat my hat? Wow, okay. So they use the Aetherite to power the place, but that means it's not usable for teleportation. So, speaking of popping a vein, murderer? Really? This radio is the same model as the one used at Victor's Spiles. Perhaps it is what saved the soldiers here from being tempered. This young soldier is on the verge of losing consciousness. Of course. It's all my fault, why not? Yeah, I did. I did see enough. Well, it's the first time I'm using the word copium. But he's not only using it, he's breathing it all the time. One of your comrades mentioned something along those lines. Those mysterious countrymen of yours, I assume. So you're going to fight us, then you're going to fight the Telephoroi. Master of strategy indeed. Okay, I should probably do it while doing MSQ, but let's grab it simply. I probably should turn off the graphics for other people. But how do I do it again? Oh, here it is. Okay, this should be better. Oh. So it seems I don't get any XP from that. But no matter. Southeast. Probably not the most exciting thing to do on stream, but let's just have it done with. Let's just have it done. And then hopefully we can kinda soon start flying around in here. Give me 1 second. Okay, what even are those? Automated cavalry, wow. No, I don't want to fight you. Okay. Southwest. Which would be here. $900. Wait. Southeast. So that would be close to here. Okay, let me check one thing more. Ah, we need only 2 additional ones. Wait, was there one in the Tapper's Den? No. Ah, here you are. Northeast. Probably on the pipeline. Yeah. How do we get there again? Anyone remember Camp Blue Fog? I don't recall if it was an... Well, it probably wasn't an Ether Current, but... sightseeing log spot. And we have them all. Okay, let me check this new ability. Exaltation. Reduces damage taken by self or target. Okay, so... So the level 90 spell is going to be Macrocosmos. Deals unexpected damage to all nearby enemies with a potency of 250 for the first enemy and 40% less for all remaining ones. Additional effect grants Macrocosmos to self and all nearby party members. Duration 15 seconds. Action changes to Microcosmos upon execution. For the effect's duration, 50% of damage taken is compiled. Restores HP equal to a cure of 200 potency plus compiled damage when the effect expires or upon execution of Microcosmos. Amount restored cannot exceed the target's maximum HP. This action does not share a recast timer with any other action. So basically, it seems like a better earthly star. Which is nice. Okay, let me check exaltation again. Reduces damage taken by self or target party member by 10%. Restores HP at the end of the effect's duration. Okay, so I might want to... I might want to do this. I'm trying to figure out the best way to put those skills on, but I think this is going to have to be the way for the moment. As much as it's repetitive after Shadowbringers, I think having that third area open from the first moment is kinda... well, it feels good when it happens. Not before, but still. It's amazing how much it reminds me of Cold War Russia. And probably someone might get offended by me calling it Russia, but still. Emmet Silk. A cursory inspection of the wrecked Magitech armor confirms that the fuel canisters have long since been drained of ceruleum, as Julius said. And yeah, I think I'm gonna call him Julius, because if he was a real person, it wouldn't be respectful, but okay, is that a not a shutout, but I think you know what I mean. That it reminds me of Final Fantasy, what was it, 7? And I didn't play it much. The contraption is built in the style of Imperial War Machina, armed with a battery of weapons and capable of transforming into different configurations. But on closer inspection it appears to be no more than a children's slide. Several points of interest are marked on the map of Forum Solius. The pond, children's play areas, to your knowledge, however, none would require the use of ceruleum. Though rather small by Garlean standards, the structure is reminiscent of a merchant's stall. Perhaps it was built for children to play at shopkeeper. There is nothing inside resembling Magitech or any other devices that would be fueled by ceruleum. I loved that the pom-pom was flailing around. Which probably means it's fueled by ceruleum. Julius, what are your thoughts on magic? So he says it doesn't scare him. The last thing we need is you catching a cold. Alright then. You delve into the murky water but come up empty-handed. To add injury to insult, the icy wind on your damp clothes chills you to the bone. Great. You delve into the murky water. Beneath the water, your fingers catch on what you think might be a handle. You open the hatch and retrieve a cerulean tank. However, your grand discovery comes at great personal cost as you become acutely aware of the freezing cold and the rancid odor emanating from every ilm of your body. Julius will doubtless feel compelled to pinch his nose shut when you deliver to him your prize. Did you find anything? Sniff, sniff. I hope you did. the quest level is 83. Which means we are making progress. At some pace. According to the ceruleum gauge, this unit's fuel tank is empty. The gauge is broken. It was empty. Okay, let's grab some more. The gauge is broken. And it was empty. So the gauge is broken again. What about you? Okay, this is definitely empty. Still half full. No such thing. I'm kinda judging him for believing in luck. If it was any other situation, sure, do what you want, but in this situation, I would say he's causing some of it, or a lot of it. Are we getting an echo attack?
Finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we? Don't react. You'll only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen. After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucia bade a few of us scouts follow you at a discreet distance. We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside. When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place. Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything. The Legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise. This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel. An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for.
How so?
Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up. For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them. With luck, this will all be over soon. Until then.
I'm trying not to comment.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm
Oh,
afraid.
come on.
I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
Not this line.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage. For now, this will have to suffice. We should return to the station.
Ah, there you are. Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground. Brought back a king's ransom?
Hardly. But thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all as I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile.
Boo.
It's a poor attempt at humor. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
If the great leader has to ask about scraps of or droplets of petrol or gas or whatever, then you're all idiots.
Lord Quintus!
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us.
No, it's not. Retard.
My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
And I'm sorry if that word is ablazed or however you wanna call it. That's not my intention.
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question. Will they ever escape this cold? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Eulus spoke?
Eulus.
Finished your war, Council?
Burn.
Alphino and Alize are to stay here as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil. Until our terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
After everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Do as he says.
Get them out of here.
So the quest is called Alea Iacta Est, which probably means the dice were thrown? Let me check. The die is cast. Almost feels like they're gonna summon a primal of their own. Okay, something is going down. I feel like it would be more appropriate to use another mount. One that I got gifted from a great friend. If is he going to visit a grave of his siblings? their house. Julius lingers by the ruins, reluctant to leave and reluctant to stay, unable to move on.
This is my home. Our home. At least it was, until that night. I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell, and thus spared. My family, who did not own a radio, were less fortunate. When dawn came, I made my way here. My parents, my little brother and sister, they were still inside.
He had to kill them.
But they weren't themselves, and they tried to. And I had to. I'd promised to take them away from the capital that very morning, to somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped. I promised. The Garlean flag bears a chain, the bonds between our countrymen.
Okay, so that's what it is.
A red link at its center. The blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald.
Funny enough, the Polish flag has two colors on it. White above and red below. And as far as I hear, that's what the red represents. The blood of the fallen.
But if she too fell, who would be left to remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here? If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us?
That's not how it works.
I'm sorry, forget I spoke.
No.
We should go.
Perhaps.
It's no use. Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But she wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
Well, I don't remember if it happened before, but at least I got a she rather than no mention at all. Come on, dude, move.
It's so cold.
Painfully so. Unbearably.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varys at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians. United as one people, one race cleansed of imperfections, a cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad, truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum.
Is it?
Non-intervention. Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you. And yet, I can see how it happened. Varys and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust? All of us lost in a sea of chaos, searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be.
Well, someone's talking reasonably.
We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms. A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics. A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Is that what you think?
In my misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance.
Hear, hear.
I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics. To see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams.
And fears and mental blocks.
As for my dream of building a better world, well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined. But it only spurs me onward, to find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too. Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand, to refuse to suffer in silence. I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down. I guess what I'm saying is...
You've found your own reason to fight.
Yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all. And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
I pray I am up to the task.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority, all without offering alternatives. Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know. Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you. Or give you a thick ear. Maybe both, for good measure.
Thank you, Alize.
And Tancred. Oh. Hello. I feel like I've seen it.
The scouts have secured Alize and Alphino. Their collars were removed without complication as well. They report no casualties, not for their party nor the guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
It would appear the situation has changed. I propose new terms. We have information that will be of great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
Are we getting a trial?
No. In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came prepared with a second.
Ambush!
More are coming! Make ready!
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald,
Are gonna die in the next 5
of the
minutes.
fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return! Stop, both of you!
This child may be the worst emissary I have ever seen.
we received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea. Envoys from the Imperial Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an audience. They explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th, and 12th had ended in failure. Communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted. That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
Holy fuck.
Lies! Every word!
It's shit.
It is the truth, and I have not finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus. Have the ill stand down.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision. Bereft of hope, and now dignity.
Oh, boo fucking who.
I release you from your duty. All of you. I take solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement.
Cry some more.
'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared.
Yeah.
Of a world united, of peace and prosperity.
Bullshit.
We are ghosts, you and I. Memories of days gone by.
Seriously, if that's how the quote-unquote old guard felt after the ZSRR, or however you wanna say it in English, I mean the Cold War Russia. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, if the old guard of Cold War Russia felt this way, then...
Bonds forged in blood that I will not see tarnished.
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
If there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
Well, that was ill-timed. But to be fair, I feel like the story is starting to pick up the pace. I almost wonder if I should wait with leveling to 90 till tomorrow, till streaming tomorrow. Because I certainly can do so. And having it on stream, I mean on camera, might be fun. Much and more has occurred since last we met. As for determining what comes next, we must speak with Lord Quintus. Good luck with that. Luck. Before we proceed, tell me what you know of the First Legion and the disposition of their forces. They were preparing for war while the refugees in their care were left to go hungry. A reckless, short-sighted plan that risks the welfare of the people they were sworn to protect. Nevertheless, we cannot compel them to accept our aid. If we were to arrive in force with the intent to do so, we would only incite panic. But perhaps they can be persuaded to follow one of their own. Go with Iulus back to the station and have him lead the refugees here. Some may be unwilling or unable to leave, but for the time being I'll take what I can get. Alfino, Alizé, and the scouts sent to extricate them should already be at the station. I will also have our other comrades in the area lend their support should it be needed. Understood? I'm unattuned. On one hand, I feel like it might be a good spot to stop the stream for the day. On the other, I would like... Oh, I didn't grab the Aetherite, the Ether Current quest. But I hope I can grab the Aetherite kinda soon. Hopefully in the next 2 minutes. Nika and Yulus. I want to say something, but I don't know if if it would be healthy. Without him to guide us, I... Songs and standards be damned, we just want to live. Okay, I've seen Maria Marilla around. To avoid Endwalker spoilers, I am not reading chat. Wow, that's some dedication. I think it's a good moment to comment that I have uninstalled Twitter from my phone right before the early access. And after what I've seen today, which wasn't a major spoiler, but still it's just a bit of a spoiler. I can tell you later what it was, but I've seen but I saw a video on YouTube, at least the title and the thumbnail, which confirmed the boss, and I'm not gonna say anything more for the moment. No blood on the floor. Nice. I heard from the others that you're not from around here. Huh. I thought you were one of us. Not that it makes much difference now. It never did. Okay, it's 7 minutes past the time I wanted to finish the stream, so thank you for watching and see you tomorrow when I'm gonna definitely continue, and most likely earlier, because I really want to push the story, not too strongly, but definitely I want to see what's gonna happen. So yeah, not much else to add. See you tomorrow.